Okay, forgot to start filming when I started working, but haven't gotten too far in. So all I did, take off the axle nut here. In my case, it was a 36 mil. The other side was a 32 mil. Yours may vary. And then my next step is just I'm taking off the caliper. I got the top bolt off, bottom bolt, I'm working on it. And then after that, we'll take this off. Then we'll bring you guys back on and we'll take apart the factory handbrake clusterfuck and go on from there. All right, got the rotor off. My suggestion to you is to take a picture of this before you take it apart. There's all kinds of springs and doohickeys and bogus malarkey that is not fun if you don't know where the hell it goes. Then our next step is going to be, we're going to come around back. Let's see if we can get you guys in there. All right, while I light, our next step is actually going to be removing the axle. We'll take those 6 bolts out, rotate it around. You can't get an impact on there super quick. Then we're going to come back here. We're going to take off. Let's see, you can't really see in there. So there's these 4 bolts. There's 2 here and 2 on the other side of the axle. And then there's these 2 bolts here. Yeah, you can kind of see that. And this little 14 mil here, that's holding the e-brake on. And then we can go around front, pull off the hub, pull out the e-brake stuff and the dust shield, and then we can cut the dust shield. So I will do all that and we will catch you guys in a minute. Here's a trick for you kids at home. Maybe some of you have not seen this before. So those 2 bolts holding, basically it's a dust shield on, or for whatever reason put on million pound-feet of torque from the factory. My fully charged 1/2-inch DeWalt impact could not bust it, so I got 17 mil socket on this breaker bar. I got my jack here, and we're gonna bust that nut. There she goes. All right, so I got the dust shield and the hub off. Wasn't too bad. Had to use the jack to bust those couple of nuts. This is kind of what I'm working with here. And we've got our dual caliper bracket here, and we have our dust shield here. This is gonna go here, and then the caliper goes there, but you see the dust shield is gonna be in the way, so we gotta cut a little bit. Caliper is not much wider than this bracket, so I'm only gonna cut a couple mil wider than that. Also note, if you're doing this, following along at home, do not cut this layer. That is where you're, if you want to keep your factory handbrake. If not, doesn't matter. I got lucky on the other side, and I think it's gonna work. I did cut a little bit of it, but I think it's gonna work. Hopefully, it's just to park the car and not for drifting, so it should be okay. So I'm gonna go mark this out. Be more like that, but on the other side. And we'll make those cuts, and we'll get back to you. Okay, so got my workbench cleared off here. And take our Sharpie. Line up our bracket. Just make it a little bit wider than it needs to be. Alright, switch to cutting wheel. And safety squints. Plug it in. Damn it, Kevin. This is why you use safety guards. That sucks. That does not feel good. Thank you, Kevin. I really gotta go get my grinder with a safety guard on it. That sucked. Times better than my other side. Didn't cut through that side. Nice. Now we will switch to the grinding wheel, clean it up, and I'll meet you guys over on the other side of the car to bolt everything back on. All right. Oh boy, 6% battery. So we'll try and make this quick. So the bracket goes like so. Dust shield goes like so. Take this factory, whatever the hell, nut fucker. Slide that right there. And we can put a couple of big ass nuts back on. Oh, of course they're way in there. We'll note before the camera dies, I did have to go inside the car and loosen. Hey guys, what's up? Brand new day. Got some work done off camera last night. Didn't feel like recording. So, dual calipers. Both sides are on. Brand shiny new, old junky crud. I've got the lines mostly run. And I guess I rolled the fenders on the other side. I still have to do this side, but I got excited because I was able to borrow a welder so I can finish my handbrake up. Here's with the wheels on. And the worst fender rolling job ever. It's my first time, so I'll accept it. But currently I've got the whole interior pulled apart. This is roughly where the handbrake's gonna go. I've got my hole drilled in my... Actually, we'll just put it together for you. All right. So that is roughly where it's gonna go. Hopefully a little more sturdy than it is, but I think that is gonna be pretty awesome. Still might have to do a little bit of trimming to get it to actually fit, but took some measurements and I am cutting some little feet for this weld-on plate to go on right here. So this is an optional extra with the Chase Bay's handbrake. It's got these threaded holes, so you can just weld this, or I'm going to weld some feet to the bottom and weld the feet to the car, and then you can bolt the handbrake onto that. It's pretty slick, works out well, and you get a hidden handbrake like that without too much effort. So I'm currently cutting those feet up, and then I'm gonna probably tack them in and see how it looks, and we'll go from there. All right, so I got those things tacked on. Of course, I put it in the vise already. If I was a good YouTuber, I would have planned this event, but hey, the tack's held up to that. That's a good sign. Still kind of hot, but let's see. So I am not a professional welder, as you can tell. I have hardly welded since high school, and even in high school I didn't do that much. So this is what we get. It's gonna work. I did get some penetration. You can see it on the other side, so it will work. But it ain't pretty, and that's okay. No one's gonna see it except, well, all 5 of you guys. And so I'm gonna finish up tacking these. And then I found when I put it in there, the heights are actually really good. I'm happy that I got those spot on first try. But I have to trim here and here. So I'm chaining to a cutting wheel over there. I'm gonna cut that and I'm gonna finish welding up those tabs. And then I gotta grind the inside of the car, which is not gonna be fun at all. It's gonna be messy, cramped. I know I'm gonna burn myself or hurt myself in some way, shape, or form, but we're gonna get it done. Just gotta get that sound deadening out of there before we can weld. All right, for real this time. Safety squints on. Let's do this. That looks better. Roll there. Hey, it's raining. How about that? That's good. We need that. Haven't had any rain in a little bit. It's down there now. There. Should get a little better results now. Hey, actually, that one doesn't look half bad. I'm gonna stop this and show off a little bit. For not having welded in like 10 years, that's not terrible. It's not awesome. Don't get me wrong. I'm not about to post it on weld porn Instagram, but I'm proud of it. They actually look a lot better once you clean them up. How about that? Oh, there goes the welding mask. Look at that. Again, I'm not going to post it on weld porn, but it is sure going to do the damn job. All right, so I've been putzing around trying to make the handbrake fit where I want it to and trimming the hole, trimming plastic, trimming interior. I just had to grind the feet that I put on there a little bit. I have to mount it at a little bit of an angle, unfortunately, to get it right, or actually to get it out of the way of the shifter. But I got my power to the light turned off at the moment, so it's kind of hard to see, but that's what we're working with right now. I'm sure you can't see jack shit, but I tried. And my nicely painted red bracket with the feet welded on. It's the only color I had. One bad design that I don't like about this is in order to get the thing screwed onto the plate, you have to take apart the master cylinder, and where I'm putting it, it's basically going to live there. And I'm never really going to be able to take this out again, I don't think. So hopefully I get it right, and I don't have any leaks or anything like that, because that's going to suck a lot. I think I should, which that's, I mean, it hits a little bit, but only when I put it into gear. It's a little annoying, but doesn't hit just hanging out. And how often are you actually in first gear? And if it really bothers me, oh, I guess if I'm careful I can avoid it. I'm jamming it in there, I'm gonna hit. But if it really bugs me, I'll get a shorter shift knob. But I do really like this one. They make a smaller one. I think it's only about this tall, the exact same design, so I would probably go with that. This doesn't quite fit the way that I'd like it to down here. I might have to mess with it a little bit, but all right, we're back at the project that won't end. One more brand new day. I got the handbrake in, I got everything installed. There's no leaks in the lines or anything, but I cannot get these stupid calipers to bleed to save my life. Excuse me. And so today I went and bought this vacuum bleeder. Not the cheapest thing in the world, but we're gonna give it a go. I already did the other side and it seems to have helped, so we'll do this side. These things are pretty slick. Bought one a couple years ago and I just lost it, but take this guy, pump it up. Come over here. crack the screw. Let the air out. And then you rinse and repeat until there's no more air coming out. Okay, finally an update. So I got Blake's brakes bled. My good buddy Casey came over and he helped me out, and he actually realized that, so if you're doing this at home, you actually want to put the left caliper on the right and the right caliper on the left, and I'll show you why. So right here, the bleeder screw is actually below the banjo bolt. So there was an air pocket up here somewhere. We could not bleed out, so we actually ended up pulling the caliper off, flipping it upside down and bleeding it that way. I was too lazy to switch them, which would be the smart thing to do, or have just done it right in the first place. But now it works perfect. Got the interior all back together. Handbrake here, nice and solid. The shift knob does clear just barely. I'm gonna hit it all the time. Might bother me enough, I'll switch the shift knob out for a shorter one, but for now I'm gonna leave it because first gear is first gear, and it's not like you're ever jamming it into first on the track or anything. If anything, you're coming out of first into second, and that's still just fine. Third's just fine. It's not in the way of second. Stock handbrake still works. And some of this fitment isn't as good as I would want, but some gaps around here, but it was kind of a pain getting all the wires and hoses and the master back there, and had to cut a couple of clips. There's one for these side pieces here I had to cut off just to get it in there. Pain in the ass. I never want to pull it apart again, ever. I'm glad my radio is done so I don't have to take it back apart, but oh, I still need to put this trim piece on. So let's go like that. There we go. Okay, we are finally done. 2 years all back together. Showed you that already. Wheels are all on. I tried to fix the exhaust. It's still sitting on the bumper back here, but it's better than hanging too low like it was originally. And I guess I'm just gonna melt my bumper a little bit, whatever. So, I'm about to pull these jack stands out, and we're gonna see the front fitment for the first time. I'm still not 100% there, I don't think. Yeah, it looks okay though. Lower the back. Yeah, but it's going on the ground. Oh, is it? It is.
You got it bled?
I got it bled.
Somebody come down here, or you figure out?
Casey did. Well, it ended up being, technically these calipers are on the right side, but the bleeder screw is below the banjo bolt. So there's an air pocket to pull the calipers off.
Yeah.
And flip them upside down to bleed them. Had I installed them on the wrong side, it would have worked, but I didn't.
Factory almost.
I know. Pretty happy with how it came out. Alright, coming down.
Are you filming?
Yeah.
Nice. To the drain. I was thinking we need to put something there.
That was a Casey idea also. That'll work. I'm gonna lower the front a little, but I think I gotta leave it there to get it aligned at least. Everywhere around here. Those shitty machines.
Yeah.
Should be okay.
You're back.
First drive successful. Slight clicking from the rear. I'm not sure if it's the axle or what it is, but it doesn't sound completely terrible. So I think we're gonna send it and drive it a little bit. Check this shit out. Love that front stance, all the camber. Getting sexy. finally end this episode, guys. We'll catch you next time. I'm not sure what the next episode's gonna be, but I'm sure it'll be something cool. So have a great day, and we'll see you later.